Hey Frontline, it's Val. I'm back with part 2 of Health Beliefs. And at the end of part 1 video, I asked you to go to the forum and define health for yourself. And for the rest of the class, I guess is fair to say. And I am interested in reading all of those forums, but I wanted to supply you with the World Health Organization definition of health. And I supply this not because I think it's it is an authoritative definition of health. I don't necessarily think it covers all the bases that we might. So it'll be interesting to see how your responses are similar to or different from this definition. So the World Health Organization says, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So a great question is, what would it mean to actually offer people the best possible shot at this definition of health? You'll notice it's very different from the current sort of operating definition of health in Western medical society, which is, if there's a bug, kill it, otherwise you're cool. Particularly, I think, what's interesting is mental well-being, but then also social well-being. And oftentimes, mental health issues do come up with people's ability to relate and socialize with other folks, but social well-being and sort of social happiness is very low on the list for kind of health priorities here. So brainstorm on this question. What would it mean to offer people the best possible shot at this inclusive definition of health? And it's possible that in your forum answers you already kind of got at that, so I'll be interested to see what the responses there are. So in addition to health beliefs, we could also look at HIV beliefs. And so HIV being a fairly controversial disease, not in that things are unknown, but that there are a lot of things that are disagreed upon in HIV. The basics never change. How HIV is transmitted never changes. The fact that HIV can be treated hasn't changed for a long time. The best things to treat with, the best ways to prevent it, we haven't found the cure-all. And we haven't found the sort of number one thing that if you just say this one thing, then no one ever will get HIV again. That hasn't been discovered yet. So I want to spend just a little time talking about the different beliefs that people might have about HIV. You might think that we're all on the same page because we care about HIV, but we might disagree on when should someone start HIV treatment or when should someone stop HIV treatment, how much treatment is too much, what's the best treatment for pain, does suffering that someone goes through pay back past behavior. Now I'm going to have the thing that I believe on that, which I'm hoping to sort of pay forward, but I understand that people believe other things about that, and I'm not trying to unseat people's beliefs, I'm trying to offer alternatives. Should taxes pay for condoms in high schools? That's something we're going through here in Philly. What's it going to take to end the epidemic? And this is just a small list. There are a million other questions that we might all have different answers to. So we may disagree, we may have different beliefs on these things that relate to HIV. But there's the whole realm of opinion versus the world of fact. So some things are a matter of opinion, and it's a person's priorities that are important. Some things are a matter of fact, where bad information can be dangerous. So one example that I often use for this is that, someone's opinion is important if they're choosing a course of HIV treatment. Let's say someone has been diagnosed with HIV, and their opinion is that they don't want to start HIV meds until they feel really ready to take them. Right? That's their opinion. Their opinion is that the meds are unnecessary for them right now, and they're not going to be on them. Okay? It's a person's priorities in that instance that are important. But if it were a matter of fact and someone were just diagnosed HIV positive and their HIV belief was that actually the medicines that people prescribe are poison and what they want to do is drink lemon juice and that's going to kill HIV because it's so acidic, right? That's bad information. That's not... It is an opinion, but there's also factual evidence that that is wrong, right? So this can be really tricky. And we're going to talk about misinformation and dealing with bad information in the next slide. But I want you to keep this in mind. I don't mean the next slide, I mean the next section. But keep in mind where you would draw the line for something to be opinion versus fact. And I will meet you after the cut.